Good evening. It is 7 o'clock. This is the 13th of May, Friday the 13th. What is it? Trix Decadosis or something like that.
Now, Marie,
You
it's
know?
good. It is good fortune and everything today.
Yeah, okay. Well, Mary's got a new definition of the day's date, but a lot of people are concerned about this. But Friday the 13th always been good to me. So I never had a problem with it. And we'd like to welcome you to the weekly Ask Welfare Rights broadcast. My name is Maureen Taylor. Grab a pencil and paper because we have some dates and some events coming up. And my colleague is here, Marion, and folks been calling me down to Welfare Rights, want to know where you been. So say hello and greet our viewers this evening.
Hello, and I'm so glad to be here. For the last couple of weeks, I've had even events I needed to be at, and we had some good guests that came on and filled in every time, and they're waiting to be called back. And I want to tell Mama Crawford, I'm all right. There's nothing wrong. I want you to know that both of us are okay. Maureen's still older than me. She thinks that. Maureen, turn your phone off.
I know what to do.
Turn your phone
I know
on.
what to do.
And I want you to know that you're listening to WHPR. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone but 2 weeks. What's wrong?
WHPR.
Yeah. And we want you to participate in the program. Don't lay back and just listen. I want you to pick up your pencils, your papers, your finger to help do the writing for yourself, and put that finger in that and dial that phone and to ask and participate in this program. The number is 313-868-0342, 868-0351, and 868-4336. And you see, we have two of those numbers that are listed on the TV. So call us and let's get this hour to go by fast.
All right, Marion, I thought today, because there's so many events that are coming up, we might want to share some dates with folks about some things that are happening. And this is already the 13th, starting tomorrow. This card I got, and I've announced this a couple of times already, the Detroit Caregiver Support Conference. The Detroit Caregiver Support Conference. This is their third annual conference. And this is a conference at Wayne County Community College, the Northwest Campus, which is at West Outer Drive and Southfield Road. It starts at 8 o'clock, resource table viewing and continental breakfast. The actual event starts at 9 o'clock, but folks that are able to come should be there by 9. Lunch is free. The event itself will be over very close to 12:30, 1 o'clock. The focus here, Marion, is to give people ideas, resources, and information about what to do for elderly loved ones that you want to keep around and keep them either in your house or in their house as long as possible. And of course, that's very important. You know, you don't want to put grandma and grandpa, mom and dad in places where you can't reach them. And it's becoming more and more difficult with so many issues, health issues, that you can only keep folks in and around your house just for so long, Mary. And you remember our beloved Grace Boggs. You know, we had to have round-the-clock care that Alice Jennings and Tawana, some of the other folks were managing.
Shay, all of them,
And Shay, that's right, her too. And there just came a time where they were considering trying to figure out what to do in terms of how to be able to continue care for her. So this event is tomorrow, Wayne County Community College, Saturday, May 14th, from 8 until 2:30. That's what it says on the card. But planning, discussions, the lunch is free. People should get there if you've got an elderly relative that you may be looking for some details in terms of some of your better assisted living sites, some of your better assisted care sites, and that's not a nursing home. Some of your better therapy sites where people can go to get into rehab. And Marion, I understand that we've got a member of a Highland Park Human Rights Coalition
Yes, I
that
wanted to
is
speak to that.
coming on some stressful times as she recovers. Go ahead and tell us about that.
Yeah, our dear beloved Emma Fogel, who has been very active out here in the Human Rights Coalition and fighting for that to save our water, and that water is the human rights, has been under the weather for a few months, and now she's in rehab. I have, if you're interested in finding out, and I know a lot of you are, you can call me at 4719241, and I can give you that information. Emma has been in and out of the hospital, Maureen, in Harper, out of Harper. Now she's in rehab. We need to reach out to, because if someone like Emma, who is really Highland Park, Highland, oh my God, she
Oh, yeah.
everywhere she go, Maureen,
Oh, yeah, for
she
sure.
talks about
Just a moment.
her lovely Highland Park. So she needs not only your prayer, but for you to come see her.
All right, and call Marion at 313-964
Yes.
0618.
You won't get me on that
964-0618 if you want to get some information. Caller, you on the air. Thank you for waiting and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine,
How
sir.
are you doing?
I was wondering, have you ever heard of the Evergreen Nursing Home?
Yes.
Evergreen in 13 Mile.
Yes.
Are they a good one?
Well, see, it's been a long time. What was our friend's name? Nana Ya.
None of ya.
We had a really good friend of ours. She's passed on now. That was associated with was it what was the name of it?
Citizens for
Citizens
Better
for Better Care, and their only task was to go to all the assisted living nursing home care sites and get information about any patient abuse, any violations or whatnot. And 10, 12 years ago, Evergreen was
One of the places.
average. It like between C and B. So it wasn't too bad. They had a good ratio of staff to a patient. And I don't recall at that time where they had any major violations. But today, what you would do is you call Citizens for Better Care. They're down in the Hannon House, down on Woodward near Hancock. They still got an office down there.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
one person.
It might be more than one now.
Mm-hmm.
But Citizens for Better Care, and I don't know the number by heart, but
But call.
contact them, and you can get probably over the phone a scorecard to tell you about Evergreen Nursing Home.
And if not,
The reason I asked is I kind of got a red flag with it. My mom started there today, but the hospital took her there last night at 10 o'clock, and she was supposed to be there at 5 o'clock in the evening. They were supposed to take her there, and they charged her for that day, and she wasn't even there. And I'm already seeing problems with that.
Well, now have you met the social worker that's assigned to the site yet?
No, my sister has. I'm letting her deal with that, but I may have to.
Well, you might have to help her because you want to check in with the social worker and raise your complaint, raise your concern. You charged for a full day and mother didn't get there till after hours. And you
Right,
want to
right.
start a paper trail. So in case if you see something else down the road that you don't care for.
And that, you know, that you should, you should.
Pay for 20 days stay. So she's already got charged for 1 day, and she hasn't even been there.
Okay, just what Maureen had just told you about. You need to do that tomorrow. Just go out, get you a folder or something, or a tablet or something, and keep that paper trail.
Details.
Starting with the very day that you heard that she was going to be transferred to this facility. And anybody that you talk to there, write down what they say. Keep a log. And make sure you write down the date that they said it, what their names were,
What time it
what
was said.
department they worked in, and everything, because that's the only information that you can truly say I have. Because
Yeah.
if it's something
Yeah.
against the place,
Details
you
are
know
very
they're not
important.
gonna keep it.
All right, and sir, one more thing. I heard you say she's only entitled for care at that facility for 20 or 21 days.
that can be
And,
overridden.
well, that
Then
can
after
be.
that's $168 a day.
Well, see, she is mother past 62.
Absolutely.
All right, then she's going to be eligible for Medicaid.
Yes.
Okay. Now you heard it here first. She's going to be eligible for Medicaid.
80 years old.
Well, I'm saying she's going to be eligible for Medicaid at the end of those 3 weeks.
I want to add on to that a lot
Okay.
of people come to us and they might have been put out to shelter. They might have been because they have reached their 30 days or what have you. You can get if you have a work at the Department of Human Services or if you're a part of Michigan Welfare Rights, we can generally get
Extend the day,
several more days for you to stay in there to be able to take care of your business. The same thing with these nursing homes. They are supposed to be regulated. And although Citizen for Better Care is not at the top no more and trying to represent the interests of the patient, and their family and what have you, you have to do the advocating now.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Citizens for Better Care. Check it out.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Very good. Okay. Now we talked about Miss Emma and we talked about May the 14th. Alrighty. There are 3 numbers I want to share, Marion. We've been passing these numbers out for folks that have trouble with water, folks that have trouble with DTE bill, and folks that are having any kind of trouble with housing and needing subsidized housing or how to get a Section 8 certificate. Now, for the WRAP program, and that's WRAP, the Water Residential Assistance Plan, the one that started, March 1st. This plan, if you are eligible for the plan, I'm going to give you the number. If you're eligible for the plan, then that means a small portion, I think it's $25 per month, is going to come off your bill, and that amount is just going to be forgiven. There's a $700 amount that you can qualify for to reduce your bill even further, one-time gift. The thing that people seem to like, and Marion, I know low-income people always need assistance. $1,000 is supposed to be made available to assist in the repair of a leaking pipe. If your toilet and you have to shake the handle because the water's running in there, it's running, or a hose, not a hose, what do you call it, a faucet that might be leaking, the water department and Salvation Army, that's where that money's coming from, will spend up to $1,000 to repair those kinds of things in your household. So we're advising people, this is an assistance program. It's not an affordability program. It's an assistance program. And what that means is, as long as there's some assistance money in that pot, people are able to get some help. And it's got to spread over 121 cities. Okay? So you got to move
That's a
quickly.
joke.
You got to move quickly. Now, we advise people you have to make this call between 8 and 11. So the next time you could do it will be Monday. The number is 313 386 9727. 313 386 9727. Now, Marion, they're making appointments for people to get involved with the RAP program, and it's Wayne Metro that has got the contract and organizing the calls. They're taking and making reservations now for September the 1st. So I called over there because I wanted to figure this out. This is May.
Wait a minute, let me ask you.
I can't hear you.
I'm calling in to you and telling you, Miss, I was told to call this 1-800-313-386.
It's not 800. It's not 800.
Well, why did I put that 100? I don't know.
So it's just
313
313
386 9726.
27.
I still have it wrong. Well, I'm sure it's glad I got my pen in my paper.
And me too. 386 9727.
Okay, I hear what I want to hear.
Okay.
Okay, and I have 10 children, and I want to know how I can get my water taken care of. They told me to call you now, down at the Salvation Army. What do I have to do?
What you have to do is to call that number. They're going to ask you your source of income, how many members in your family, your
11.
address, and
I live at
when's the last
2000
time?
Avalon.
Well, they're going to ask you those questions. When's the last time you made a payment on the bill?
Last year.
Okay, that may be problematic if you haven't paid on a water bill in a year, and then they'll get into why is that. Now, here's
I
the
was
thing,
cut off the welfare.
ma'am. Let me tell you what you have to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're going to be enrolled in the program. However, the appointment is not going to come up till September. Now, what that means, if you're eligible and we enroll you in the program, whatever arrears you have now, they stay. The arrears don't grow.
Oh, so in other
See?
words, if my water is off now, which we have over here, will they turn my water back on immediately?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, and your arrearages are frozen.
And you're talking about my bills prior to
You got an
calling in.
$1,800 bill, and it's going to stay $1,800 until we come up with a plan to make that $1,800 go down.
I thought you said earlier that they will drop $1,000.
That all of that is true. All of that is
So
true.
that won't never be on my bill no more.
Never again.
So I will only owe them nothing.
After a while, after 3 or 4 months, after you get engaged, and I shouldn't use engaged, people be
Engaged
thinking
in
about
what?
married. After you get involved in this program, and then you qualify for the $25 to get off, and then you qualify for the additional $700, and that's coming off your bill, okay? Then that $1,800 starts to come down.
But you just told me
Nothing
it
is added to it.
was, my bill is only $1,000.
Well, I thought you said it was $1,800, ma'am.
I said $1,000, and you said they will
Well,
take off for $1,800.
No, if your bill is $1,000, you get $25 off of that. So now your bill just went to $975. All right, and then you have $700 that's gonna come off of that. So now your bill is $275. That's what the arrearage is. Okay, and it'll stay there until there is a plan in place to deal with that amount. All right, now this is an assistance plan. The arrearages are frozen when you get involved in the program. Alrighty? The problem, ma'am, and for anybody else that's in your household, is that those folks that are on welfare and receive cash assistance up to 60 months, and the 60 months is closed, now you may not have any income at all. That means that you're going to have to get in contact with Salvation Army, with Welfare Rights, with We the People. You're going to have to find someone to help you to involve yourself in a payment plan, because you have to pay the water department something because they do not recognize an affordability plan. This is an assistance plan. As long as there's money in that pot, ma'am, you can get it out. if it fits right here.
Well, it looks like we're gonna lose the pot in September.
Well, you better put some water in that pot right now and some vegetables because there might be some vegetable stew coming up. Caller, you on the air.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Hello?
Caller, you there?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air.
Um, I'm listening to you, and I'm listening. I really applaud both of you ladies. And I have a different situation, and I'm kind of working with it. I'm just, because I don't have any rearage. They're paid, but they have terminated my water because I just refuse to do certain things. I mean, I just wouldn't play the game. In other words, I didn't put the new meter in there. So they've been charging me an estimated bill for the last, whenever they started, I think about 7 years. But it's been paid. Okay?
Okay, all right. Well,
I
now,
don't have a problem. Now they've come to the point where they refuse to read the meter that's on my property.
Did
I have
ask
a
for
meter
hearing?
that's outside. They just refuse because that's their policy. Okay?
all right. Now, Marion is asking you a question.
Did
Go
you,
ahead. I'm sorry.
when they refused to read the meter and cut, and also you had two chances there, and and they cut it off, did you request a hearing?
No, no,
Doesn't want to deal with the details.
I did not.
See. All right. Well, now.
I'm fine. I mean, I'm just waiting for them to do something other than what they've done.
Well, let me
You got to
let.
stir up some stuff yourself. Now.
Oh, okay, and write down this number. Call us at Welfare Rights.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You got the number 9640618.
9640618.
Yeah, we don't like you living in the house without water, so we want to try to come up with something that'll give you some relief. Okay.
Okay.
All right, call us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Now the other number, Marion, is if you I think the DTE has enrolled like 45,000 people into the LSP program. Okay, I don't know. Do you have any cases where anybody's got lights and gas turned off now?
I
don't have any.
a homeless family I have to deal with on Monday.
Okay, so I don't have any light and gas disconnections at this moment. I'm sure there are some, but I don't have any that I'm aware of on my caseload. So we're asking people, anybody who's in trouble with the DTE bill, FAR is paying back DTE bills, and what you want to do is you want to contact Miss Deborah Jennings at DTE. She's the DTE rep that is at our office. Call her. I'll be with you just a second. So if people would call her, and if she doesn't answer, if it goes to voicemail, then you want to send her a text. And the text message for Miss Jennings about a DTE matter is 313-570-0614. 570-0614. Caller, you on the line. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Hi,
Caller,
am I on?
you are. Go ahead.
How you doing, Miss Taylor and Miss Kramer? How you doing, dear?
Fine, sir.
Fine. How you doing?
Good, good. I'm from Highland Park here, okay?
Okay.
All right. HP.
I had I just happened to tune into the show, and a few months back when this rap program came up, and I saw what's the guy named Gary Brown.
Gary Brown
What-
was on the
yeah,
air.
he-
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
On
telling
phone.
people about the rap program, right?
Yes.
So I kept calling it, okay? And finally, I got through after a couple of days. A young lady told me that Highland Park was not involved in that, okay? Is that true or not? Because I got another question after that.
That is true.
This
It
is
is.
this
In
is a
fact,
program in Detroit.
This the rap program is for Detroit. It came about in the early 2000s when we were fighting them around the water situation in Detroit. But at the same time, and they were trying to get around trying to implement the water affordability plan. But in Highland Park, our water is being delivered from Detroit, but nothing as of yet, I haven't heard nothing, has been set up for them to get direct payment from Highland Park. Our payments on our water bill go directly to the water department.
Okay, well, let me tell you. Okay, the lady that I had talked to on the phone at the time, I had asked her the same question: was Highland Park involved in? And she said they would be, but they haven't. They didn't submit some paperwork or something to sign on to this thing where Highland Park could be involved. So what I did, after a month passed, and I didn't get no satisfaction, I went up to the water department. They told me I had to go back down to the city county building, and I actually spoke with dang, what's her name?
Kathy
not,
Square.
not Katrina Brady, the one that's over the water department now. I forgot what her name was.
What is her
I got
name?
I got a number in my phone.
It should have been Kathy Square, who is the.
Yeah, that's it. That's her.
Okay.
I talked to her. I went up there and asked to see her, and she wasn't there. So I left my number, okay? And then when I got home, I said I hadn't heard from her in like a half an hour. I thought she might have been at lunch. But when I called, she answered the phone, okay? So she knew of me because I'm the one that had that sinkhole in front of my house.
I
last
know
year.
you are. Yes.
Okay, so she told me that they were waiting on some paperwork or something, and I said, well, with the citizen of Highland Park, be aware, they said they were going to send some notices out to all the residents, okay?
For what?
So,
How they
for
can
the
engage
rap
in the
program,
rap program.
okay?
He wanted
So
to
I
know
was
how to
waiting
get
on that,
involved with rap.
and even though I don't have a high water bill at all, but I never got nothing. Now, you just made it real clear that Highland Park was not actually involved in that.
That's
Something
right.
that she didn't even know. She was expecting this thing to happen, okay?
Let me ask Marion a question. Marion, those of you that are on hold, just hold on just a moment. Marion,
Okay.
are Highland Park residents able to go directly to Wayne Metro to get help with the water bill?
Yeah, I don't know what the cap is on that, but yeah, they should be able to go to Wayne Metro.
Okay, sir,
But,
did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard.
But she should have.
Wayne Metro.
Did she try to work out a payment plan with you?
No, well, actually, I don't owe a lot. I think I owe like I paid half on. I owe like about $60, okay? So,
okay.
but my question is kind of the principle of it, okay?
Yeah.
That she had told me that we were going to be involved in that, and then yet still, when the 31st of March came, nobody got anything.
That's right. That's what happened. But, James Brown has a song. I'll sing it to you. Welcome to America. You remember that song?
Oh, look here. I got that CD in the car, so that's one of the favorites.
All right. Call
Well,
Wayne
thank-
Metro and
thank
spread
you,
that
thank
news.
you,
And thank you
thank
for
you.
that call, okay?
Well, wait a minute. What's the number to Wayne Metro?
386-9727.
Oh, I wrote that down. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies and nice for this evening. Okay. Have a good weekend.
All
okay?
right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Caller, you on the air. Thank you for waiting and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You got the thing that
Hello?
Wanda gave you. You on the air
Hello?
about her fundraiser.
hear
Hello?
me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes. Look here, real quick, I'm going to say, on the news today, they announced that the water is going up for Detroit is 3.2%, I believe it is, to help support Highland Park. Did you hear that?
No,
Well,
On the
no,
news.
but that's
no,
the
It's on the
stuff
news
that they
today, so
say.
I'm going to hang up and listen. I'll
Hey,
call
wait
back.
a minute, wait a minute. Do you believe
But
that?
they always say that.
Do you believe that?
He said go hang up.
They
always say that.
They
I'm
always
just saying
say
what they said on the news that they're charging 3.2% high
always the same number.
the water is going up for
Yeah.
Detroit is to help the Highland Park water thing. So check it. I don't know. Put it on your computer.
Come
and
on
bring it
now.
up so I
Come
can
on.
hear
Be
it.
for
Okay,
real.
I'm gonna hang up because my phone acting up, and I'm gonna call back.
Okay, well, listen to me after you hang up. And
I'm
that
listening
is,
to you.
listen, since
They
when
always say that.
the water department is going to raise the money in Detroit to help the water situation in
I don't know,
Highland
but
Park?
they made the announcement on the news.
And
today,
you believed
this
it.
evening.
No,
I was
he's
listening.
asking
I was
you
listening
if
to,
you heard
and I'm
it.
still getting ready to go to Park's
know.
Barbecue also.
Oh, you
To-
ain't going to Parks Barbecue.
You need
just
to
fake
quit.
old. You know,
But
Marianne, what do
Maureen,
they say
no,
about
no.
raising water for people that pay their bills so that the people that don't pay their bills, we have to take care of them. That's what they always say.
I know it. They always say that.
Yeah.
But believe me, that's the way they're trying to make sure that the people of Highland Park
Divided.
and Detroit are divided. Look,
That
we
stuff
are
not
both facing the same thing. On the one hand, the tactic they are using in Detroit is now this man is back on the run again to cut people water off. He cut water off last week and the week before that, and he's not interested in working out no plan in Detroit. We gave him the water affordability plan
Years ago.
and now all he want to use is the RAP program, and he want us to try to make the water affordability plan an assistance program. We're not going for that.
We should use
and
every dollar.
anything you hear coming out of the mouths of those people on the television, you better do exactly like the young man that just called in and try to do some investigation. Because they only have is the press release that the city wrote. Now, wait a minute.
Well,
The-
wait just a minute. Now, how can you tell that they're lying?
You
Their
know,
lips
they
are moving.
moving.
You can tell.
And the fact, and if you would take the time, if the people would just take the time out, and I'm gonna set a date next week, and I'm gonna come when I come back here. We're gonna have a target date that all of us in Highland Park and Detroit is going down to the headquarters of the Detroit Water and Sewage Department when they have a
public meeting?
their meetings. And you will be amazed at these people. They ain't interested in hearing from you. That's the Great Lakes Water Authority. All they're interested in doing is making sure that that water is available for these corporations.
Caller, you on the air. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
And they're going
You on
Okay,
there?
am I on?
Yes.
Okay, this is Lee calling right back. I just talked to you before this gentleman did.
Uh-huh.
I just heard what he said. I heard that too, but it has something to do with the sewage going up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not the water; it's the sewage.
All right.
And
Well,
I was kind of shocked to hear that myself. So just to make that clear,
Hey,
it is
and
about
you should have been
sewage.
shocked. Okay.
Hey, Lee, this is the same people that is shutting off that works for the same man that's cutting off all the waters in Detroit.
All right. Thank you,
Well,
caller.
Well, our sewage bill is supposed to go up. Okay, so when I heard sewage, I'm like, why is the sewage going up? Okay, we don't got nothing to do with that. But what can I say? Okay,
You will. Okay.
okay, I'm out of here. Have a good one.
All right. All right. Now, Marion, we've gone through two. We did the water, and we did DTE. And now the last one, because a lot of people are now calling down to welfare rights, asking for information about how to get subsidized housing. And over at the Smith Homes and over at used to be Herman Gardens, is now a Garden View Estates. Apparently, the waiting list is about to open up there again. So folks that might be interested in looking for and accessing affordable housing need to be reaching out to the Detroit Housing Coalition. Couldn't get it out there. The United Housing Coalition. And that number is 313-963-3310. 313-963-3310. Now that's a number that you have to reach between 8 and 4. 963-3310. And then the last thing, Marion, that I have, it was still something else that we were supposed to be going to that Theo was telling you about. She gave you a ticket.
No, that's
I forgot the date.
if tomorrow is the fundraiser.
for Tawana.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it is.
No, that's the one that she didn't give me no ticket. She was
Okay,
trying
but I
to
mean,
sell
she
me a
gave
ticket.
you a ticket at that meeting
Uh-huh.
we was at. Well, here's what I know. At Local 22, which is on Michigan Avenue, right there close to Clark Street, from 12 to 3, there's a fundraiser for Tawana Morris, who is running for an open state rep seat. She's a grassroots. She's from the neighborhood.
She's so much
outstanding.
Michigan WO.
Outstanding candidate. And there's a fundraiser that's going on for her tomorrow. That's the 14th from 12 until 3 at Local 22. And again, this person's name is Tawana Morris. She is outstanding. Now-
If some of you remember where Cadillac used to be located. on what street? that?
Michigan.
Michigan Avenue, right?
Near
Right
Clark.
after you go up under the viaduct, and the local comes up. Right on
Right
the
on the
right
other
hand
side.
side. So we'll be looking for you. We will be over there, and Maureen will be leading a dancing line.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
so come on over if you want to see Maureen. She knows how to
I know I do
do
all those
all the
dances.
dances. She will be available at the door to dance with you.
Caller, you on the air. Thank you for waiting and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine.
Yeah, I was wondering, the people who living in the Keene homes over there on Lafayette and Shane, since they gonna have to move, if the city sold the Keene homes to a private development, wouldn't they have to relocate those people, or do they have to move on their own?
Well, you know what you're talking about is your question is, have the rules changed? And these days, what the rules used to be don't always have to be what the rules are today. So we've got some friends over there, have not heard anything in terms of is the city relocating them to different developments in different parts of the city. But I tell you what I did do. I was over at Radio 1 station, which is on Franklin, down the street from Steve's Soul Food. You know where I'm talking about, caller?
Yes.
All right. Have you been over there recently?
Oh, that water, I haven't been over there in a while, but
Okay.
I know exactly the area.
Marion, if you go down Jefferson and you get to McDougal and you make a right turn and you go to Franklin, you turn left. When you make that left-hand turn, your eyes gonna pop open like mine did. They've got federally funded senior high-rises, low income,
I saw
right
some of
up in there.
I see.
I haven't seen it. They're beautiful, and they're just getting them going. But I'm 2 or 3 blocks worth, all the way back to the river. And I hadn't even heard that
Did
this
they have
kind
a
of house.
sign up saying senior high?
Yes, senior,
The
federally
greenhouses. We call
funded,
them greenhouses because
low income.
Uh-huh, we
All
call
that
them-
was on the wall.
we because they still building
Blocks,
them.
blocks, yes.
Uh-huh. And it's green.
You know, so I
Well, they
mentioned
ain't
it.
looking for Shane Park to be over there too long.
Well, you know, people that
don't know why.
within 1 or 2 blocks from Shane Park, that's exactly where it is. So
And
I'm just bringing that
I
up.
believe those apartments on Lafayette on the other side. On the other side,
Yes,
of the
there
King
is
Homes
one-
there,
yes, it's-
even though that's not city run, I ain't looking for them to be there too long, because if they want to fill the land in on Mac and 75 all the way to Jefferson, they looking to tear all that down.
Well, there's something
Well-
going on down in that neighborhood, and usually low-income, working-class people don't get a chance to enjoy lakefront, riverfront property.
I know.
But all that's going on.
Across
right. Thank you.
Jefferson.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah, across Jefferson, coming north, there are some more houses that are being built up. Just like that, they are not. The model might be a little different, but you know they're using the same materials type of stuff.
Caller, you on air. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Okay, am I there?
You're on.
Okay, just leave one more time, okay?
Okay.
The Wanda Morris thing at the local 22 that's at Clark in Michigan, the old Cadillac plant.
Right.
That's right.
It's Clark in Michigan, okay?
Very good.
And,
Thank you,
I
sir.
wonder, do anybody up there need tickets, okay? I'm trying to help her sell tickets.
I don't know. You know, we got tickets already, but I don't know if
Okay.
anybody need any.
No problem, okay? That's all I wanted to clarify for
Thanks,
you, okay?
Lee. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Caller, you on air. You've been so patient. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Hi, how are you today?
Fine.
Hello? Hello?
You're on the air.
Oh, hi, how are you today?
Fine.
I have a question. I make just a little bit, 75 cents more than minimum wage. How come they don't help you assisting with your rent and give you a little bit more stamps?
Well, food stamps are based on income. Food stamps are not designed to feed you or 2 people or 3 people. It's just to supplement whatever kind of income you have.
100%.
Okay? So now if you make 75 cents more than minimum wage, I can't see where there's a big difference in whatever your food stamp allotment is. But Marion has taught us all over the years what you must do if there's a question about your budget, about your food stamps or whatever else you think you're getting, always file for a written face-to-face hearing so that you can see the calculations that are used to compute what you have coming. Always do that.
Added to just what Marina said is that once you file for that hearing and you get your evidence and stuff together, meaning that you might have other bills that the worker never told you that could be used to bring your income down.
Okay.
And if you if they've been how long you been on food stamps? I mean,
Since
trying to get
2011. I've been on it since 2011, but I make just a little bit more, 75% more than minimum wage.
All right.
My rent, when they go by my gross, I don't bring the gross, but when I do the net,
Yeah,
I only have
file a
maybe
hearing.
$200 left because my bills a month is like $900 a month.
okay,
Yeah,
you
file a
need
hearing.
Before I had that assistant, I had a good job, so I was able to afford where I was living at.
You have to file
all I'm saying is
face-to-face hearing.
you might be, if they owe you some back food stamps because it's proven that
Maybe they calculated
that the
wrong.
calculation or whatever they did could have been wrong, or the information they gave you could have been wrong, then they have to go back one whole year and pay you for
should have.
what they should have paid you at that time.
So always file. And the difference is when you write your hearing out, one or two sentences, you always request a face-to-face hearing because if you don't write those words, they may give you a telephone hearing and we
You don't want
lose
that.
those. So you want to be
Okay.
in the room so that you can get the actual calculation and use it. Get your calculator out and let's look and see if they did it right. Always do it that way.
And don't let them scare you saying that we don't have time. But the quickest way to do that is to come to Welfare Rights and join.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come they don't help you with assisting in your rent sometimes?
Assisting in your rent. Well,
can
if
get
you
assistance.
Only how they help you in your rent if you got an eviction notice.
well,
Well,
that's the
sometimes-
policy.
That's the policy. That's been in place forever.
Okay.
Okay?
And you have to understand where we live in, Maureen. Sing that song again.
Welcome to America.
The only people that get assistance are the corporations.
Right.
All right, now you didn't say nothing, but Marion mentioned you by joining Welfare Rights, and we'll give you this number. And let's see, 964-0618. Come on and get in your union.
Okay, 961
964
964
0. What's the number?
Six.
I can't remember. 964-0618. All of a sudden, I couldn't see it. 0618. Okay.
Y'all have a good day.
All right, thank you. Caller, you on the air. We're down to our last 12 minutes. Caller,
How you doing?
Oh, fine.
Fine.
Okay, I got a question. You just mentioned about the senior citizen place on Franklin. Do they have any information number that you could call to apply? Anything? And I'll hang up and I'll listen to the.
Okay, well, wait just a minute. Do you drive?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. This young man wants to know if there was a phone number where he might be able to call and apply for an apartment. Young man, you're going to have to go find you someone with an automobile and make them a sandwich and make yourself one. Get a couple of pieces of fruit, some cranberry juice. Have them come by your house and go down Jefferson. And when you get to Shane, make that a right turn and go to Franklin and just go straight down. And
Shane to Franklin, okay.
yeah, and when you get to Franklin and boy, you gonna be surprised. And there are 3 or 4 phone numbers, so write down those numbers.
Well, why did they let the people know about that then?
Oh, look.
Cause you wasn't supposed to know.
It's there, but they hide all that information.
Okay, so go get those numbers. Okay.
Okay, then. Thank you.
All right. Caller, you're on the air. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. Caller, you there?
Go to the first one.
Okay.
Caller. All right, Marion, let's go ahead and let's. Okay. We have a very special program coming up a week from today. And that'll be on Friday, the 20th of May. And that day, it's called the Midwest Poor People's campaign tour is coming to Detroit / Highland Park / Hamtramck. The poverty tour arrives on Friday, and this is the group of people actually from around the country that have been traveling to different parts of the country, different down south and up north and wherever else they've been, and they're trying to get data on low-income living conditions and circumstances. So they want all of it that has anything to do with people being poor. And we're going to have them as our guests next Friday and talk with Henry Tyler, and RJ going to have to work this out, working through Miss Cunningham to try to figure out how we're going to set the cameras up so that 2 or 3 of the spokespersons will be sitting at the cameras here with us. And the audience and some of the other members of the poverty tour are going to be behind us. So we wanted to mention that and start having people getting ready to get involved with that. And the reason that's important, Marion, is because we've got several people already in town today and tomorrow. Folks from the National Geographic are pulling together a documentary to figure out what's wrong with water in Detroit, what's wrong with water in Highland Park. And they're making gift certificates available to people that are testifying. So, folks have to call us down at Welfare Rights if you have a story that you think is important enough, and I'm sure it is, to get involved in this collection of data. So next Friday, Marion, on our broadcast, we're going to have some very fine folks, a lot of them we know, and they'll be here to talk about this tour, what is the purpose of this tour, and how do we get this information available so that we can amass an army of folks that want to fight for our human rights. So that's next Friday.
Yeah, and this comes at the time that that they not only taking down the information on poverty, but also it's leading the way for all of us to participate and see how we're going to eliminate poverty in this country. Not only in this country, but throughout the world.
That's right.
And it was Dr. King, along with Welfare Rights and all that, had the war on poverty years ago and participated. And poverty is worse now. We went up, we went down. It's worse and getting worser. And that is not on the order of priority of this government.
Nobody's talking about it. Caller, you on the air? We're down to our last 5 or 6 minutes. Quickly.
Okay. Good evening. I'm a first-time caller.
And thank you.
I'd like to find out, my grandson, he went to Job Corps in Flint, Michigan.
Yes.
And I was trying to find out who can he contact so he can be in on this lawsuit about the water over there?
Okay. Call us at Welfare Rights, ma'am. And we have some contact numbers about joining the lawsuit in Flint. Okay. Call us at Welfare Rights, 964-0618. You want to join the lawsuit.
Thank you very much.
All right, ma'am. Just got a special announcement here. WHPR TV and radio in conjunction. Big words, Marion. In conjunction with Divine Grace Ministries is having a food giveaway on Saturday. That's tomorrow, May 14th, Saturday, starting at 2 o'clock. In the parking lot right here at 150 Victor, right here near the station in Highland Park. Please bring your own box or bag. So that means the food is available, but they're not providing wagons. They're not providing shopping carts. They're not providing cars. They're not providing, what do you call those, SUVs?
No.
They're not providing wagons. Bring whatever you want to bring to carry the food away. That's tomorrow, starting at 2 o'clock at 1.
And no, they are.
Victor,
They
2
will
o'clock.
not. You could come here and get your food and stuff but you need to team up with someone else if you don't have transportation.
That's
Because
right,
they're
2 of
not
you
going to
coming.
be able to sit stuff aside for you to go home and come back, go home and come back. No, you have to carry with you what you get when you get here the first time.
All right, Marion, just a couple more announcements want to make. The next weekend, again, we talked about the poverty tour coming to Detroit Highland Park and Hamtramck next Friday, and our guests will be on the air. The next day, at starting at 1 o'clock, and I better not say where yet because we're not quite sure of that, but we'll have that nailed down. But in the Detroit area, we are organizing a Poor People's Tribunal. So what is that, Marion? A Poor People's Tribunal is a town hall meeting where folks that have a specific topic to discuss are able to come. If you have a story about where you used to work and a story about how you got injured, a story about you lived in a house with family and members of the family passed on, and you were left trying to manage everything by yourself and your living conditions got worse and worse and worse, we want to hear your stories. Your water got cut off and it was so difficult for you. Your lights and gas got cut off and it was difficult for you. You lost your Section 8 certificate for whatever the reason was, and you're a woman or a man with minor children, and you were forced to live in untold kinds of horrific poverty. We're documenting those stories. So folks that may be interested in participating and sharing those stories, we want you to call us down at Welfare Rights, 964-0618. 964-0618. And there are, again, gift certificates being awarded to folks that are willing to share those stories. Now, that's, again, Saturday, and that's the 21st of May, starting at about 1 o'clock, and we'll be doing that, Marion, from 1 to 5.
And you know, we always hear people say, well, why didn't y'all tell us? We would have came. Nobody asked me about my conditions. Well, you have an opportunity. Take advantage of it.
You know, spread the word.
Okay.
All right, we got 2.5 minutes left. Marion, give us some closing thoughts.
Some closing thoughts.
Oh, wait a minute. You say nothing about Sunday. Sunday, the 22nd, and Pastor Liz is preaching the sermon at
We're
our
inviting
church.
you to Cash United Methodist Church, 23 East Adams.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
What?
Central
What did I say?
United Methodist
You
Church.
know what? I had Cass
We
on
don't
my
go to
mind.
Cass
We don't
anymore.
go to Cass
Thank
anymore.
goodness, you know.
You know,
Then
my
it's
mind, you know,
Central
in as much
United
as I have
Methodist
this
Church.
young mind, sometime I forget.
Calling the wrong church on the air.
This
Central
Central
Methodist
United Methodist Church.
Woodward and Elizabeth. Woodward
Across
and
from the
Elizabeth.
Fox Theater.
10:30.
At 10:30, one of the young women that
Sunday.
grew up under us, not, you know, and we're so proud of her. She will be with the poverty tour. In fact, she's one of the people that's leading it up, and she will be gracing the church with her sermon on that Sunday, starting at 10:30. And we welcome you there. Come see us. Maureen and I will be there. I might sing for you. So come on.
No. That'll be much, much later after the rest of us are gone. All right, Marion, you have 1 minute to close us out.
Well, Maureen, that was. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you come and give a testimony when we talk
that.
about a tribunal.
Yeah.
Don't let me start talking at that tribunal, because my whole thing is to do exactly what a tribunal do, and that is testify about the inhumane society that we're living under, and we don't have to live this way, Maureen.
And people in Highland Park have stories to tell. The world, the country does not know
What's
that many
going
of
on
you
over
all
here.
have just been abused so sorely. And this is the way to get the story out. So
Yes.
if you're in Highland Park
And we're still being
haven't
abused.
gotten a water bill and you have thousands of dollars to pay, we need you to come and tell those stories. This is not time to be talking about I'm embarrassed or I'm ashamed. You have done anything wrong. So we need that to happen. All right, we are at the end of this program. I've got some salmon at the house. I got some salad, Mary, and I've been
Maureen,
eating
go on.
these.
You ain't got nothing but some tuna fish. Come on,
no,
Maureen.
I got salmon, and I've been eating that bib lettuce. Man, that bib lettuce is good.
Get off there.
You SUV drivers, and I see you all have been getting your just rewards, cause your bumpers are all over the large freeway, all bumpers all over the place. So you better slow down. You folks that are still smoking those cigarettes, Stop throwing them in the church parking lot. Do better by everything. This is Friday. Let's see if we can have 3 days, Marion, where
peace.
nobody gets shot or killed. And that's in Detroit, Highland Park, and Hamtramck. Let's don't do that for the next 72 hours.
Let us come together and understand who the real enemy is.
And let's let death take a holiday. Bye.
Bye.
BY, Detroit, Highland Park, Michigan.
The courtroom belongs to the people.